Evacuation orders are in place for parts of New South Wales where the latest deluge has led to more flooding. Residents in Grono Point, southwest of Sydney, have been told to leave before escape routes are cut off. Reporter Isabel Rowe joins us now from Cornwallis on the banks of the Hawkesbury River. Isabel, how are conditions there at the moment where you are?
Well, as you can see, Miriam, the sun is coming out, which is lovely, but unfortunately it's a waiting game now as the water makes its way down the Hawkesbury. We're expecting moderate flood levels on the Hawkesbury River, and here where I am in Cornwallis, there's already been some landslips and a lot of damage from previous floods, and locals are now preparing to have to evacuate this particular area again. There are more evacuation orders in place in this part of northwest Sydney. They are for Richmond, Pitt Town, Bottoms and Grono Point. And I was in Grono Point earlier this morning speaking to locals, and they've seen a lot worse, and a lot of people are telling me that they're not going to follow those evacuation orders. They're not going to leave. One resident tells me he's getting pretty sick of it.
We've seen the worst. We saw earlier in the year, in July, floods were bad. We were really impacted by it, but this one's not going to be anywhere near as bad. So, yeah, we're learning to live with them, unfortunately.
Are you getting a bit sick of it?
Yeah, we've all had enough, because all we're doing is cleaning up. The first flood came in March this year. We just got everything cleaned up and back to normal. Then we got hit with another one in July. We've been wearing gumboots for like 9 months, so we just about had enough of it.
So many lives continuing to be upturned now. Isabel, there is also significant flooding further away in western New South Wales. What's the latest there?
There are about 80 warnings now across the state in various areas, lots of flooding as well in inland New South Wales. There are areas of concern today at Nyngan, Warren, Gunnedah, Bathurst and Dubbo. There's also an evacuation order in place at the Western Plains Tourist Park in Dubbo, and we've seen that there is water in the main street of that town, in the car park of the local supermarket, and there is also concern about further flooding later today as water continues to move through town. There have been about 21 flood rescues we've heard, and the SES is warning that people need to take extra care on the roads.
Even though the sun may be out in some locations, the rivers are still on the rise in many areas as well. So people just need to be vigilant. The SES is well prepared with our agency partners. We're just asking the communities to help us by staying informed, monitoring the local forecasts, heeding the advice from the SES, and driving to the conditions and never driving through those floodwaters. We had 21 flood rescues overnight, and the majority of those were people attempting to drive through floodwaters and getting stuck, putting themselves, their families and the emergency service rescuers' lives at very high risk.
And as you mentioned earlier, Miriam, the Bathurst 1000, rain is already causing an issue for the cars there, but it's an issue for people as well. So many tourists are coming in and out of town today, and there are some local road closures and a local low-lying bridge that's closed. So if you're in the Bathurst area, the SES is warning people to take extra care.
Our reporter Isabel Rowe there, bringing us up to date from Cornwallis on the Hawkesbury River.